Someone smart said it right, it's the golden rule. Multiple income streams, that's what keeps you cool. The trading game is best learned when you get in the ring. Every trade's a battle and preparation's the key to everything. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker NQ. Break down the market moves, me and you. I'll share my strategy, the wins and all the pain. Unfiltered, real time, through the sun and through the rain. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, there's a spot for you. Honest takes, live action, and prop firm drama too. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker NQ. Break down the market moves, me and you. Daily live streams, future strategy on fire. Prop firm updates, taking you higher and higher and higher. Community insights, that's the final key. Learning, growing, leveling up for all of us to see. So come on in and let's get it done. It's not financial advice, but a journey for everyone. Real trader talk, yeah, that's the real one. So welcome to JC's world.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, everyone. I love that tune. Ibrahim in the house already. Good morning, brother. That's that tune from Ibrahim. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Lemonhead in the house early. Christopher early. Yeah, Lemonhead. That intro is thanks to Ibrahim, who's tuned in right now. I'm loving it. All right, guys, what do we got here? I kind of scalped the CPI trying to short it. I got some green already on some scalps, but missed. This was the play I was looking for, and after 3 attempts at it, I gave up, and sure enough, there it is. But still in the green. Let's take a look at overall big picture. Let's hop on the 15-minute. Well, let's start with the 4-hour. 4-hour, we know we're in an ascending channel. Bulls are in control in that ascending channel, if you can see it. Oh, a lot of trading there throughout the last month. All right, so ascending channel, if you can see that, that's what we're in. Bulls are in control. Now, yesterday, they gave us that nice little fake out towards all-time highs and flushed us, right? Right here, they flushed everybody out. Then they came into this range right here, CPI print. So the question is, are we setting up for a trap, or are we finally going to see all-time highs set during the New York session, right? The current all-time high was set during the overnight. This is the range that we fell into after yesterday's drop. Then CPI came along. So technically the bears held it down here during the overnight. CPI pushed us back up to, yesterday's previous day high. And now we're starting to lose the entire CPI print. So that's going to be the question. Are we going to start pushing back up for all-time highs? Or was this the buildup of the bear positioning and further downside today. I got to be careful. As bullish as I am for all-time highs, we flush below these levels down here. Not too interested. Good morning, King Caesar. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. 5 minutes till the open. Let's try to get some green. But that's going to be the question of the day. Did the bears, with this flush down, trapping bulls going for all-time highs up here, was this the move for further downside? We had the little CPI print there. That's news related. News has to hold. Or are we going to come back into this range and possibly build a move to the downside? I don't know. Right now, I'm looking for pullback longs. We still are. Shows you the 4 hour. We're still in a 4 hour ascending channel. Until structure breaks, I'm still bullish. So my first trade will probably be an attempt on a pullback long. Probably somewhere, depends on how far we go. If this is the new, if they're going to base here and start to push up, makes it a little tricky, but let's see what we get today. That is the plan for today. Yep, let's see if they hold. Ibrahim, it's at about 50% of that news candle. Yeah, so now we got to see if this is going to hold. News has to hold. Otherwise, we may be in for further downside. We did trap yesterday. Anybody with some late longs to the party, they trapped yesterday and they flushed them down pretty nicely right here. Boom. Bye-bye. Christopher, good morning. Christopher fell asleep in your chair? No way. Chris, please tell me that's not true. Please tell me you didn't fall asleep on your chair. All right, we got 3 minutes. See what we get. Casino opens in 3 minutes. Christopher, oh man, well, I hope you got a good night's sleep, at least in the chair. That's tough. Yeah, last night just didn't move, right? What happened? I remember we were trying to do something last night. Oh yeah, I was trying to long this channel. Ooh, thank God I didn't. We did get the bear flush, right? Look at that, boom. But it happened way later after a stream. I wasn't going to be in a trade anyways. So longing this would have given us a couple of points to the middle of that channel. That middle of the channel was the resistance. And they flushed them down, flushed them back down. And CPI. This little range here, though, this is what we got to look out for if we come back into it. That's the potential downside today. All right. Casino opens in 2 minutes. Already up a little bit. Scalping the CPI, shorting it. And cut a couple trades all in the green, but scalps. I was looking for this move. I attempted 3 times to capture this. I gave up. And lo and behold, it happened afterwards. But it's all right. We're still in the green. All right, 1 minute for the casino. 30 seconds. Casino opens in 30 seconds. Lemonhead, let's hit some all-time highs today. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this CPI was the start of that, and how back we get a pullback here. Casino opens in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Like they starting the bounce right there. King Caesar caught his first little scalp. No fireworks yet. Oh boy, slow. King Caesar traded his funded by accident. All right, so came to that level and bounced. See if we get a stronger pullback on this. Not buying it just yet. News. What else do we have for news today? Let's take a look. $10 a.m. Fed speakers. And we do have some type of news event here with NVIDIA. NVIDIA, China orders companies to halt NVIDIA chip orders. Orders applies to ByteDance, Alibaba, others. Okay. We'll see how that affects NVIDIA today. Lemonhead's on a long. A nice little long. That's about 30 points right now, going into 40 points. That was a nice little pop here. All right, looks like they are pushing. Hoping for a stronger pullback, but this could be it. Ibrahim bought 50% bounce. And Lemonhead into green too. I'm just watching. King Caesar's in a long. And we didn't get the pullback I was waiting for. I was looking for a stronger pullback. Oh well. Ibrahim, 160 bucks with 2 micros. That is crazy good. That's very good. All right, just gave us 82 point ripper there. Coulda, woulda, coulda. All right, here they come back down. See how far they'll bring this down. All right. Lemonhead is adding to his long. The bounce at the 9 EMA, using that as a launching pad. See if bears flush that, or that is the bounce. King Caesar's also in a long, and he's adding. And no pullback. Ugh, well that might be it for the pullback. It's the pullback Lemonhead. Bull still pushing. Need a pullback. I need a stronger pullback. And there they go. They're pushing. There they go. They're going after all-time high. Going after overnight high for sure. They're in an ascending channel right now. Little channel here. Goes the 800 pop. You're going to pop it to all-time highs. That's what it's looking like. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Caesar, possible double top. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. See the breakdown right there. Question is, how far will they bring it back down? Is a double. Or are they going to top it over 800 and go for all-time highs? All right, here they go. Still no significant pullback. All right, here comes a bigger pullback attempt. See if it's just a touch of the 9 EMA and then bounce it from there, or are they going to flush finally? All right, looking like they want to flush this. Let's see how far they'll go. All right. We're starting to get a better pullback. Let's see how far they'll bring this down and then figure out if this is a bear day or bull day. Ooh, brutal flush. Okay. All right, they're doing it nasty. It's CPI. It's going to be nasty price action. All right, so they're attempting to reverse the entire CPI print. So potential 670 area down here. A 40.1 minute candle to the downside. Actually, a 60 point, 55. All right, was that a fake out? And now the balance, it's just a little too choppy still. Bears again hinting for all-time highs and flushed bulls right out quickly. Now the question is, are they going to continue to push? Was that just a brutal, nasty trap? But bulls will pick it up anyways. Good morning, Peter. That was a nasty 60.1 minute candle. Stay away from now. Bears are pushing. How low will they bring this? CPI, we know there's a big move coming. The question is, are the bulls going to get their all-time high today, or are the bears going to continue what they started yesterday? But nonetheless, big move. CPI is usually big move days. All right, looks like we're going for VWAP. VWAP at 716. They flush VWAP, then 670, and that's where that pivot point at 670, 680 is at. All right, flushing VWAP right now. Now going for that pivot point. 200 SMA. See what happens. Ain't ugly. I'm hands off until it calms down a little bit. We're pretty close to that pivot point at 680. I don't see how they're not going to tap 680 at this point. Josh, I am considering allowing a major lawsuit against Powell to proceed because of the horrible and grossly incompetent job he has done in managing the construction of the Fed building. Truth Social. Oh, wow. So, oh no. So you're telling me that Trump is again threatening to fire Powell? Oh, yes. All right. So hands off, guys. We got some news here. Thank you for letting us know, by the way. Trump, I am considering a major lawsuit. I would sue Powell over construction of Fed. I thought those two were getting along. Jesus Christ. Last week they were getting along. Trump said he thought Powell was doing a great job, and now we're back to firing each other. Oh man. All right. So hands off. Let's see what happens. All right, so that looks like it's the touch of the 200 SMA and the pivot point. We got pretty close to that pivot point touch at 675. We didn't really touch it, but we're pretty close. So if this is Powell related, I'm going to let this one go. unless we see the bounce here at 780. It flushed right through the 200 SMA, no bounce at the pivot point. So I think Trump news is playing out. And I'll be hands off. Trump news right now. Powell and Trump going at it again. All right, that was the pivot point touch. Question is, are they going to flush it? Pretty much reverse the entire CPI print at this point. Right here at the pivot point, is that going to be the bounce area? Let's find out. Not looking like a bounce yet. All right, here they go. They're flushing through VWAP, through pivot point. Bears are doing what they do best, flush through all these levels. But will the pivot point hold? I don't know. Way too choppy. Leaving that alone for now. These are 20, 30 point 1 minute candles. You can get stopped out pretty quickly. And if you decide to do it manually like I do, you're going to take a lot of drawdown if you're in the wrong direction. All right, they're tapping that 9 EMA right there. This was the original bounce area. Is it going to provide support for the bounce, or this support area becoming resistance to the downside? Yeah, I'm sitting for now. Josh, gold and TLT did not like the news also, so I am sitting on my hands. As tempted as I am to long this right now. Too choppy on news. Last time we had that Powell news, or the threat to fire Powell, it was 100 points down when they threatened to fire him. Then Trump said, no, I'm not going to fire him. And then there you saw the Powell bounce for another 100 points. So got to wait for this to figure itself out. This is the news. I will sue Powell over construction of Fed building. I thought those two were getting along. Oh, this is what happened. Trump, Jerome too late. Powell must now lower the rate. Okay, so Trump's upset again about the rates. And now, because Powell's not moving the rates, he's now threatening him to sue him. Jesus Christ. Those two, I swear to God. I'll be hands off for a little bit longer. That could have been the bounce, the pivot point, but this Powell news throws everything off for me. If it is the bounce, it's a beautiful pivot point touch right here at 680, right here, 680, 670. That's the pivot point. Fortunately, we got Powell news that I don't plan on trying to guess. All right, looks like that descending bear channel that I've been so reluctant to trade is now playing out again. Top of this channel, bottom of that channel. That's a descending channel, and careful if you're trying to long this. They just confirmed the top of that channel. Now they're going for the bottom of that channel. That's another 40.1 minute candle. It's ugly. Careful. And looking like another leg to the downside here. If this is the test of the pivot point and we get the bounce here, then we start pushing up with force. I'll hop on along, but this is pivot point test again. We need to see a bounce, right? A owner can. Something. All right, looks like it's a trap, and they're going to go for another leg down, which is fine. Indecision at that pivot point. Looking like they want to flush it. They didn't provide a bounce or a significant bounce. Going for another leg down. Here they go. All right. See how far she's going to go. I think today, because it's CPI day, I'm going to switch to 30-minute levels before I attempt anything. Today's a day. Today is the day they exaggerate every level. So be a little more patient. If this is another trap for all-time highs using that CPI print, you got a lot of trap bulls going for all-time high and either stopped out or holding on to dear life, hoping for a bounce here at this pivot point. They made you the dirty a lot earlier. Yesterday, they did something similar. Like I said, now we're in that level. This is the consolidation level after yesterday's flush, right? Yesterday, we flushed similar play. They flushed it all the way back down to this, consolidated during the overnight session. And then you had CPI print. So I would say at this point, we're watching for this test, overnight low and previous day low. Otherwise, the top of this breakout area needs to hold for a true bounce. If not, this is what we're going to see down here, overnight low, previous day low. And then the question is, was this the bear move to begin with? In other words, we flushed down yesterday, consolidated in a bear flag, and now further downside. And the only thing that CPI print was trap. So I'm going to be very aware that this could be a red day. And these little red directional days is where I pay. All right, here we go. So I think they laid out a beautiful trap using CPI print. And this is continuation of the bear movement yesterday, right? This was a strong flush. Trapping bulls going for all-time highs. They did it again today. Now we're back in the overnight zone or the consolidation zone after the bears set up their move yesterday. So careful. All right, here we go. We're going for the bottom, but we're going for that bottom of that range with speed. I ain't touching that, boys. I ain't touching that. If this is just the play, the continuation of the play that the bears started yesterday, we're in for downside. And at this point, like I said, I'll be very careful trying to long this. See how far this... Now, if this is just news related and it's a little flush for the whole Powell news, then we got to wait for a bounce. Confirm bounce and then hop on along. But until then, letting this play out. This is the deciding factor down here. Overnight low, previous day low. Josh is calling a red day. Yeah, the bears set the red day yesterday. The only thing that changed was the CPI print, but the CPI print's not holding right now. So this could be simple bear flag here off of yesterday's flush, continuation today to the downside. We'll see. Way too early and way too much movement. Gotta wait a little bit longer. King Caesar scalping that bottom. All right, I want to see what happens down here. If we bounce and continue to push above this level, then maybe I'll hop on along with some pullback up here. But I'd like to see what happens here. This is the deciding factor. If they bounce it here, then fine. It was just Powell news and the flush is over. We've seen that before with Powell news, 100 points down. Then Trump says, no, never mind. I'm not going to fire the guy. He's a good guy. And then the market bumps 100 points. So, patience. Definitely not interested in finding out in the wrong direction, though. And we're still in that descending channel. See it. It's a tight descending channel for sure. So, still in bear mode. You look at the top of this channel, bottom. I don't like to get the screen busy, but do it on my other screen. Careful with this tight channel. I've paid dearly trying to long these areas. It's aggressive. This is an aggressive selling channel. Careful. So I've seen this and I paid for it. Not falling for it again. That's an aggressive selling channel. Careful. All right, they're coming into this low, which would be the bottom of this channel. Is that basically the flush on this? And then the play to the upside that everybody's been waiting for, all-time highs? I don't know. I don't know if I can say there's a... Okay, here we go. They touched the bottom of this channel, going for the top again. Lemonhead, if you scalped 800 bucks, you're good. I scalped the CPI print, but I'm being a little bit more careful here on this one. But 800 bucks with micros with this choppiness, nicely done. So they definitely trapped bulls going for that all-time high already. That was nasty. All right, let's see if this is the bounce area. 200 SMA on the 5-minute. If they hold the top of this channel, which they've done, and they flush it down, forget it. Nasty. And they pop out of that descending channel. Can the bulls get out of that selling algo? If not, you'll see a flush right down to this. It's going to be at least a 50-point pullback down to overnight low, previous day low. Jesse James, good morning, brother. Good to see you. All right, they're starting to pop out. King Caesar, one more long. Jesse, you missed a whole lot of chop. Looks like we're finally getting the bounce. Jesse James, you stayed up? Oh, you stayed up trading last night, huh? I went to bed right after the stream. I was bored. There's not much going on. All right, here comes this bounce. If they get back into that 15-minute opening range. Squeezing out those shorts that got trapped down there. And not quite. Wow. Wow. And not quite. This is see profit, take profit. It's nasty. Trying to get the 700 break. Carlos, good morning. All right, they did a nasty little pop, and if they bring this back down, there's the flush. Yep, they're coming back into range, into that overnight range. Oh, King Caesar saving the day, though. You took a big risk at a key level and almost killed your funded, but you survived. That's what matters. All right, looks like pivot point is trying to hold. Still don't trust it. Sam Khan, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Will the pivot point hold, or are the bears going to push this further down? Peter Chan, too unpredictable. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to long. I'm going to wait for 577. 200 SMA on the 30-minute. All depends on what happens in this area. If the bulls start building to push up, okay. Otherwise, bears might be setting up an ugly trap for further downside. Is CPI, so see profit, take profit is also part of the game. Come back into that 15-minute opening range. Not trusting any. Testing VWAP. Again, that's the third VWAP touch on a bounce. And there they go. Uh, 20. Now they're in that ascending channel. They're pushing. They are in ascending channels. I think the bounce is playing out, but way too choppy for me. I'm gonna stay out. Bulls grinding it up. A little slow grind there. Whew. All right, they're testing the bottom of that ascending channel, right? You see this ascending channel, top and the bottom. As long as they bounce there, they're fine. They're still in that channel. If they flush it, that's dirty. If they flush to test VWAP again at 706, that's nasty. I'm not liking this price action today. All right, that's the bottom of the channel. As long as it bounces there, then the longs are still in play on the bounce of 640, 650. Was a 30.1 minute candle. This red candle right here, that was the top at 745, 716. These are 20, 30 point candles. Careful. Or size down to micros. King Caesar taking a mental break. Guess he caught a nice little scalp there. They're in an ascending channel and it's playing out for sure. Like I said, too choppy for me. Nice 40-point pop on that 9 EMA. All right, they're coming now to this pivot point at 760. It's a full 100-point recovery there. That's a V recovery for sure. And coming back to the bottom of that channel, so it's still in the channel, it's still in that ascending channel. It's a tight channel too. This right here and bottom of that channel for a full V recovery, channel to channel. Another 9 EMA touch. Every 9 EMA touch has been a bounce so far on this pullback long. All right, they're trying to break out of that ascending channel now. Will they hold this bounce? Let's see. Breaking out of that channel. Attempting to break out. Peter Chan is letting us know that the 5-minute EMA crossed. Starting to break down on that ascending channels. What I'm watching. Continue within the channel, or are going to flush it down from here? That channel is holding. He's trying to hold. They held it. And now slowing down. But still in that channel, I'll give them that. Haven't given up the ascending channel yet. We're at the pivot point, 760 area. All right, now they've broken out of that channel. You're wondering what channel I'm talking about. The recovery, but Peter's going to do his classic 62.5 long for a couple points. There it is. In that 5-minute breakout there. And unable to push above the pivot point. Pivot point at 60, I think it's at. It's way too unpredictable today. There you go. Trying to push above that pivot point. Oh, not yet. Ouch. Became tempted to long the breakout above the pivot point. So tempted to long that. Or maybe I should have. There it is. God damn it. Just toying everybody on the pivot point. Wow. Looking trappy on that pivot point. Could be a rejection. Careful. I think the short is starting to build. Rejection on that pivot point for further downside. Need to pop it here. They need to pop above 765. This wick right here, they need to pop above that. Otherwise, we're in for down. That's a pivot point, 765. So this could be shaping up as 2 look above and fails above that pivot point, right? 765, this line right here, we know that's the pivot point. We pushed up, we failed. We pushed up, we flushed. This third time a charm, and we finally pushed through for all-time high. I think that's going to be the deciding factor on this move. If they push above that pivot point, then I think all-time highs are in play. But had 2 look above and fails of that pivot point. Here they go. If they're going to do it, they're going to pop with at least 10, 15 points. Wow, they're really tempting that. They're not doing a clean breakout there. It's either a brutal trap for anybody trying to play the breakout of that pivot point. Just trapping you there, keeping your hopes up, and then flush you right back down, or the pump will play out. Either way, I'm not interested. It's a nasty price action. Hey, I think they're about to push above the pivot point. Oh, wow, they're They're teasing that break. That's nasty. If they play this out as a trap and then flush down, that is purely trap based. I hope for the bulls that they give the pop. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yep, finally. Okay, good. Oh. He can't pump it above the pivot point. Wow. If they flush this right here, because it's so tempting to hop on along here. I don't want to do it. It's so tempting to play the pivot point break. But you've had how many candles of consolidation there? No way. Not touching it. I mean, it looks like it's going to play out, but that was a nail biter. Keep tempting. They keep tempting with no break. Wow. I'm almost interested in shorting this as a trap. That's a trap right there. They're laying out the trap. If they don't pump it, that's a beautiful trap. Peter Chan. Yeah, that was a risky one because of the prolonged consolidation there. I think what they're doing is what we've seen with the 15-minute opening range breakout, where we see that topping and just hovering, trapping longs, getting you excited. This is the breakout, and they flush it. I mean, I hope they don't do that today because I'm interested in hopping on a long somewhere along the lines. But if they do end up flushing this, typical trap. All right, now it's coming. Well, I've said that now. They've done that in what? 7 1-minute candles? They top, and no cigar. Hovering, yeah, we've learned hovering is not good. Well, here we go. I think they're going to get it now. One more trap. Oh, imagine you hop on along right there for the breakout and then they flush you right down. I don't think so. I think they're going to pull it off today. Let's hope for a push to all-time highs today because I'm trying to hop on along somehow. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. They're going to break. They're going to break above that pivot point. Here it comes. Oh, wow. That level is the wall of China right now. But the good thing is if they do break, it'll be a nice move to the upside. Nothing. Wow. They hovered it. We've learned last 2-3 weeks. Hovering is the sign for the bears. Yep. Wow. Hey, they trapped it. Nicely done. All right, so let's see where this pullback goes if the bears are going to do the dirty deed and flush this out. Oh, they still want to attempt it. That pivot point's a battle zone right now. All right, is this the break finally? Oh, another attempt. All right, that's a typical bear trap. This is where the flush happens. All right, do I want to hop on a short here? Where would I want to short this? It's too trapped. All right, looks like the flush is incoming. Still not giving it up. Not giving it up for a push and not giving it up for a flush. I was tempted to put a short at 37 for the next leg down. But what I'm afraid of is a wick to the downside to finally give the push. Too risky. Wow. What I do know is I'm not trading this at this point. This is trappy as hell. All right, here they go again, trying to tempt. Now I want to know what's going to happen here. Going to push this or flush below 735? Nick, that is a correction in a correction. All right, here they go again, trying to tempt more bulls into that break of the pivot point for all-time highs. That pivot point is deciding factor on all-time highs. If they pump above that, at that point I'd flip to long, but just where to capture that long without too much drawdown. Lemonhead, this is ridiculous. You're like a sports announcer calling out an interception on every other play. Well, there's not much else to do than comment on what's going on. All right, looks like they're flushing this. Or not. All right, there's the flush. All right, so I think this is where I wanted to enter a short at 735, but the problem is this This is the only reason I didn't set it. I didn't want the bounce right back up. Just not, can't trust it. It came close to putting an entry at 730. Where was I? 738. Had I put that entry, I would have been trapped right here. But let's watch. Now, if we do come below this, 730. It's crazy how they hovered the breakout of that pivot point and just trapped. Peter Chan, glad I was patient. Oh, you were in a short, Peter? Oh, okay. That's nice if you got that short. That was a nice little flush there. All right, if we do end up pumping here, then... Oh, still not yet. They're not making it easy for the upside or the downside at all. So let's let them do their work. When we get a breakout, we'll play it. No reason to front run it right now. All right, guys, in the meantime, if you're enjoying the content and you're enjoying the stream, do me a favor, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. You watch this consolidation play out. Okay, here they go. They're going for that pop again. Glad I didn't set my short. I would have been ripped apart right here. And again, topping it. All right, let's let them do their dirty work. If they're going to pop it, they'll pop it. And we'll figure out how to hop on along. Oh, still topping. That's another trap for the breakout. Doing it dirty. All right, ES. Lemonhead is letting us know that ES broke. Okay, so if they broke, and I think it's only a matter of time now for NQ to follow. Take a look at ES. Yep, ES broke out of that to the upside. Still topping there. All right, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. All right, breaking out? Are they breaking out? Or a flush? All right, let's go for the breakout. Gonna keep this pretty damn tight. You need to push. Target, I'm not going too crazy. Can we get 20 right to the topping over here first? Let's go. Push. Push, god damn it. Not liking it. I was looking for a stronger continuation on that. So we'll wait for the next one. Oh. Wow. Wow. Look above and fail on that breakout. Glad I got out for now. Doesn't mean it can't happen. You just got to be a little patient on this. Ooh. It's that price action. Usually breakouts, we know. One thing I've learned is stop fighting price action. If you're playing a breakout, you know that the breakout is quick and violent. In other words, momentum. That's why I got out of that. We weren't seeing momentum. At least not yet. So caught a little bit of green there, but had I held, would have paid. All right, so it was a look above and fail. It was a trap to begin with all along on that pivot point breakout. So now we know that this was just a trap. Let's see how far down we go and see if there's another setup. Nasty trap. Nasty trap because they hovered it, trapped longs, you flushed a few out on stops, then you gave them the move to come up and trap them again for a flush. So I don't think all time. The reason they're doing that is a lot of us, including myself, are thinking all-time highs. We just can't get that out of our head. And the market makers are clearly playing on that, and they're just trapping bulls, silly bulls, trying to go for all-time high. All right, here goes another attempt at that breakout. I may, if we see momentum on this one, I may hop on again. But again, I need to see continuation to stay on a breakout. Diego Peña, good morning, brother. If it is going to be a breakout, they're not making it easy. They're going to prolong this even longer. Just have people get caught in the chop until they have no more drawdown left, and then they show the easy play. So patience. There's going to be a big play. It's just what direction. Need 2K to pass this combine. Yeah, with this market, brother, it's see profit, take profit. You stay too long, you get flushed out. Or size down. All right, here they go again. Is this finally the breakout? Oh man, now it's looking juicy. Ugh. Give it another 30 seconds. I don't want to get trapped up here on this breakout again. Nah, it's too slow. It's holding, but Diego, I think you're right. I think the big move happened. You had two big moves. You had a V recovery, right? You had a flush and the bull recovery, and now we may be stuck in chop. And could be one of those, another day with no all-time highs and just getting hopes up. Very possible that's what's going to happen. Chop and consolidation for the rest of the day. Tricky to trade this. Even as a breakout, it's tricky. Come in. Come in. Okay, you ready to go to school? Look at that. All right. Man. All right, and there it goes. And there's your pivot point break. All right, so now they're breaking out. Let's wait for a, may not be a significant pullback. Let's just see if we get some type of pullback and hop on. They're going to do us dirty, then they're going to do us dirty. What else to say? Brickle Crypto Trader. What's up? My other name, it's Crypto Rico. What's going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. All right, so now we're approaching triple top territory. Back to the top of that CPI print. Are they going to continue from there on? Getting us excited again about all-time highs. Brickle Crypto Trader. I use Renko 24 and Range 22 added to my arsenal. Peter Chan. No shit. They're not making this push up easy. I thought I got the break and they flushed it back down to just give the break on the next wave and missed that one. Not making it easy. They're making you absorb drawdown or stop you out. Well, the play is happening to the upside, but you got to have a wide stop or, you know, go in with micros. Nick, it's not easy because if you look at weekly, you will see this as a correction. Josh, risky, but I am going to short 793. Wow, that is risky. It's technically the triple top now. SV, did you go to sleep yet? No, I've gotten little scalps. I'm up 480, but it's been little scalps. I haven't gotten to play that I wanted. May have to just call it a day and realize it's just you got to time it perfectly. I was playing this breakout and it didn't happen, and now all they did was shake bulls out on the breakout to finally give it on this play and missed that one. That's disappointing. Nick, this move up might break the high, but it will be a trap and should short. That's the problem. If they put, this is the third attempt, right, on overnight high. You would think at this point they're just going to go after all-time high. All-time high is what, 860 if I'm not mistaken? All-time high is around 843. Is that accurate? You guys probably would know more. All right, well, that was the break I was looking for. They flushed me out, or shook me out, and played out. Played out in slow motion, but it played out. SV, did you catch the CPI move? I did a couple of moves here, a couple trades on the CPI. That's why I'm up. But I haven't really taken trades after that. Peter Chan, 845. Yeah, I would think at this point, the play that I was looking for is about to happen. They're going to push to all-time high, but Gonna let this one go. I was hoping to hop on the breakout with a clean breakout. What they did was they gave the breakout, they flushed, shook out some longs, and then they finally gave the clean play to the upside. Is what it is. Not making it easy. Oh man, it's playing out. Oh well. Peter Chan, I'm calling it. Too much mental capital spent. There will be better price action days. Yeah, I agree with you. Ooh, look at this little flush here. Are they trapping longs? Are they trapping bulls, thinking today's all-time high days and flushing it down just like yesterday? I'll be honest. I think at this point I don't want to find out. I missed the play that I was looking for. They shook me out. And I'm in the green, but this was the breakout that I was looking for, and they shook me out. They did a good job. I think I'm calling it. I go back to bed. Breakout of the previous day high and overnight high. It's tricky. It's a risky trade. And shorting all-time high, or shorting this move to all-time highs, is even trickier or riskier. So, gotta accept it. I missed the play that I was looking for, and no need to chase it. Peter, have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow will be another day. Lemonhead, that's the pullback I want. I will take a chance. Low risk entry off a level. The problem is all-time highs, my friend. The only problem with shorting this area, I think at this point, this was the play everybody was waiting for. They consolidated you. They trapped you. They chopped you up. And now here's the clean play. I think at this point, all-time highs is in play. I can't long this for 20 points, even if it's a breakout above all-time high. Gotta let that one go. But I'll watch all-time highs happen. A shame that was the play I was looking for. All right. All-time highs next. They did it dirty, but they did it. Nonetheless, they did it. They're 15 points behind all-time highs. I don't see how they can't get it up there. Raquel Crypto Trader short it. Ooh. Not until they hit all-time highs. You're 15 points away from all-time highs. How can't see how they don't hit it today. Of course, not to say it can't happen, but that'd be 2 days in a row. Doubt it. Doubt it. Nick, yep. I got they shook me out here. That was the play I was looking for. That's why I'm letting it go at this point. Not chasing it. Lemonhead done for the day, and after missing that one, I think I just want to see all-time highs, and I'm calling it done for the day as well. I'll take the little bit of green that I got and call it. Nick, yeah, man. In hindsight, that's why I got to be careful right now trying to chase it, because mentally I know I missed the trade that I was looking for. All right, but it happens. I'll wait till it hits all-time highs, and then I'll call it for the day. Just want to see it. Jesse James is longing for all-time highs. I think it's going to play out. All right, all-time highs in play. There it is. Nope, not yet. Indonesia trade, what a day. Yeah, man. There they go. All-time highs. And there you go. All-time highs. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I unfortunately missed the trade that I've been waiting for a couple days, but I'll have to live with that one. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying the stream, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Tomorrow will be another day. Still walked out in the green, but not happy. Not happy. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, and I'll go drink my sorrows for missing the trade of the day. Have a good one.